On this show, we speak our minds and open yours. This is
Bongari Drummo.
It's the headlines.
Another My City bus torched in Cape Town, and midterm election loss won't put Trump back in his box. A very good afternoon. I am Rose Rataga. Another My City bus has been set alight, this time in Khayelitsha, following the torching of another bus in Milnerton on Tuesday. Western Cape Provincial Traffic Chief Kenny Africa told on Wednesday morning that the bus was set alight at around 5 a.m. on Kuyasa Road in Khayelitsha, near the Kuyasa City My City bus station. He said no injuries were reported and there was no information on who was responsible. It is also not clear whether anyone was on the bus at the time of the attack. Police and traffic services were on the scene, said Africa. On Tuesday, a bus driver escaped unharmed when a bus was torched in Milnerton. It is also not clear who was responsible for that incident. There were no passengers on the bus at that time. City of Cape Town Mayoral Committee member for Safety and Security JP Smith told on Tuesday that while it was not clear who was behind the blaze, the incident followed a pattern of attacks on isolated buses. Donald Trump boasts about winning, but after Democrats seized the House of Representatives on Tuesday, the reality show host turned president is finding out how it feels to be one of the losers he usually mocks. And has he responded with humility? Did the former billionaire real estate dealer and ringmaster at The Apprentice appear downcast? Trump was triumphant. He tweeted that the midterm elections in which Democrats defeated his Republicans to control the lower house of Congress for the first time in 8 years were a tremendous success. His eye-popping enthusiasm after losing half of Congress on Tuesday is not as unrealistic as it might appear. His Republicans have retained and even expanded their Senate majority, while fighting with the House may yet be his advantage when it comes to his own re-election in 2 years. The tweet, ending with a cheerful "thank you to all," was pure Trump. Catch me again at 2:30, bringing you your latest sports bulletin. Temperatures remain 21 degrees Celsius in Johannesburg, 30 degrees Celsius in Lagos, 18 degrees Celsius in Washington, D.C. If we have missed anything newsworthy, feel free to let us know. We are Brand Live Radio on Twitter, brandlive.co.za on Facebook. I am Khaugelo Rebel Rose Rataga on Facebook as well. Next up is the Dramatic Talk with Bongani Drama.
My darling, my darling,
you always sample with my veils, but you know exactly how I felt. Stick to your promise, keep it real. Why can't you just act right? Show me affection, give me good love and protection like you supposed to.
My darling, my darling, my darling, my darling, and I would turn no logo pina, I would turn no meaning salboni, I am salbon, oh my baby, ujalangami, usumona ngishemehle, ujalanga, hayi ujalangami, ujalanga, usumona ngishemehle, ujalanga, hayi ujalangami, ujalanga, ujalanga inhliziyo yami bo, my darling, uthando lakho baby ngiliboni, my darling,
Well, I see it in your eyes, you're slowly changing. The shit is crazy, it's not amazing. Well, I love it when you're talking crazy, but these days you don't love me, you only claim it. Well, the haters gotta hate. You don't love me, don't debate. I give you love, you perpetrate. Broken hearted, I relate. Gotta get my mind straight. Girl, I loved you and only you. You don't understand, fuck boys got feelings too. You used to be my girl, I used to be your man. We used to make love, then we pop a Zan. We used to be a team, it was never you, it was never me, it was always we. It's a jungle out there, come and climb a tree. They say love is blind, cause you never see.
My darling, utano lako baby ngiliboni. My darling, uhlala ngenhliziyo yami bo. My darling, utano lako baby ngiliboni. My darling.
An amazing one. This one is produced by Kuma the DJ, Kabon Gema featuring Tino Swag and Intlizio to kickstart the show. Right on the Dramatic Talk on BrandLive.co.za. Very amazing Wednesday afternoon in Johannesburg, South Africa. It's actually quite amazing. I mean, it's getting partly cloudy. However, wherever you are in the world, thank you so much for streaming in. The name is Bongani Drama, and big thank you to you for streaming in 8 after 2 Central African time on the Dramatic Talk. Thank you so much to Chairman Makado for keeping you in the loop for each and everything you need to know that comes to you. Amazing people that are doing really great for themselves from 1:30. WhatsApp line if you want to, contact us 062172 9002 and leave a voice note to be anonymous if you want to. We don't care if you want to be anonymous or, if you want to be discreet as much as possible as you can. Hashtag the Dramatic Talk at Bongani. That's called Drama Brand Live Radio on Twitter, brandlive.co.za on Facebook as well. Coming up on the show, on the Convo Corner, we're going to be talking about the struggles nannies go through that no one else knows about, because really nannies go through a lot, and a lot of people don't really know about it. And we just want to find out from you, if are you a nanny, anyone who is a nanny, and perhaps you can help us out and find your struggles as well. If you are a nanny, anyone that's going through it, if you have a friend perhaps who is a nanny or a family member that is a nanny, let's find out your stories. John Entertainment coming through. WHP's death, the saga continues, and we look at Gigi Lemaine, who tweeted from a hospital bed, awoke, wasn't time, she mentioned 2:30 coming through. Rose Ratara bringing you your sports update coming through, and I'm going to be having a chill and chat with an amazing one, Cedric Tsonga Boy, who's going to be debuting his single. And obviously you know that Cedric in actual fact is the choreographer of the amazing pop sensation in South Africa, that is Mafigizolo. So it's going to be quite an amazing show, and I'm hoping that you're gunned and ready for it. Buckle up, it's going to be quite amazing. Rose Ratara, how are you doing?
I'm back. How are you?
Fantastic, thank you so much. How's your week been?
It's been quite good actually.
Yeah?
Very productive.
Yeah. What did you do? What did you get up to?
I've been really rehearsing for exams. That's what I'm doing mostly at the moment.
Amazing.
So basically I'm at school for rehearsals every day.
Fantastic. I hope it goes well. And everyone else that is celebrating their birthday, happy birthday to you today. And anyone else who is obviously writing their exams, we wish you all the best, and we really wish you that everything goes well for you. Hoping that you have been starting very hard, and you're ready and gun for any exam that comes your way. It's 10 after 2 Central African time. Welcome aboard the Dramatic Talk. Before we even go straight to the Dramatic Talk and start the show, amazing things happening. You mentioned the news bulletin, but something you missed is what happened in Parliament last week, which was quite interesting. Obviously, Mboiseni Dlozi was asking the president to give some MPs certain cellular phones that no one can hack. And obviously you have someone like Melusi Gigaba, the minister, who was showing the small finger, the pinky, to Mboiseni Dlozi. And I mean, it could be anything. Could be he was swearing. He was probably just saying, but first of all, all I'm trying to say is that. But because we live in a nation that is, quite dramatic, and because of his recent, drama with what's been happening, obviously we know what he was referring to.
I actually watched it last night, the headlines, and I switched to another soapy which I like to watch at around that time, and then I switched back to Parliament. I was like, actually, this is more interesting. I'll stay here.
I remember mentioning, I think this was 2 years ago when the EFF got seats in Parliament, and I remember mentioning the fact that Parliament TV is going to be quite entertaining, and can I tell you that I was never disappointed. So it's quite interesting. Alrighty, it's 11 after 2 Central African time. Thank you so much for streaming in. Thank you to each and every one of you on my Facebook Live. I see you, all of you. Thank you so much for streaming in. Welcome aboard the Dramatic Talk.
Askhulumeni in the Convo Corner.
Check this out.
It's time for the Convo Corner.
It is absolutely time for the Convo Corner, and what we're talking about today in the Convo Corner is quite interesting because on the Convo Corner we really divulge on topics that no one really wants to tap in, and we're talking struggles nannies go through that no one else knows about. Now, a nanny is a childcare provider who also handles other duties in at a home, such as cleaning, doing laundry, or tutoring the children. Now, nannies aid in the intellectual and emotional growth of the children they care for, and often work for a family for the minimum contract of 1 year contract. I beg your pardon. They can even be employed part-time or full-time, and they often live with the families who employ them. Now, a career nanny is an individual who has chosen to make a long-term career caring for one or more children of a private family. So a lot of people out there know also in the USA that there's a lot of people that in actual fact take being a nanny as a career. So it really does help them out. Now, for those looking for career nanny job position or to hire career nanny agencies are best suited to assist in fostering this connection. Actually make quite an amazing amount of cash for themselves. It's actually quite amazing income when you're staying in the US and you are a nanny, because you really even get have your own car, you have your own house in the same house, and you get to do things that other nannies do.
Yeah, they don't even call it nannies. They call them au pairs. So they actually even have
a name for it,
a term
stunning
for this particular occupation.
That's
it's
amazing.
Quite interesting. Yeah,
that's actually so stunning. Now, there is no degree required to become a nanny, but a associate's degree and or specialized certification in early childcare development may help with career advancement. CPR and first aid certificates are commonly required, though nannies are typically required to be at least 18 years or older. Now, with this research, and you look at a lot of nannies that we hire in South Africa, I don't even think that most of them have got CPR, but it's something that perhaps can improve as time goes, because the cheaper the better, obviously, because of what the economy in South Africa is looking like, and perhaps because how as the black majority we do things as we never really look at how the nanny perhaps has got some of the skills that a child might have, because you might be at work and the child might be having a seizure, and you find that the nanny doesn't know how to even reciprocate the child. Now, some of the struggles that the nannies face, and these are actually interesting. The nannies mention that you've had a great day filled with laughter and fun activities, but right before bed they gang up on you with simultaneous meltdowns, and your day is totally ruined, because when the parents come through at home, they probably think you're not taking care of the kids, and while the kids all of a sudden crying, they can be savages. Now, when the kids ask some weird personal grown-up questions and you have no idea how to answer it, or even if you should, so the kids might ask nanny, what is a vagina? And you have to answer all of those things. What is a penis? And you have to go through and answer those things. Or what is a lesbian? What is a gay man? And you have to answer all those things. Now, the other one coming through is when you come into work and you see the kids are sick, you know that she'll be sick the next day. So I think in black families it also happens, and even white minorities and anyone else. I think when the kids are being taken care of by the granny or the granddad, they also know that they're gonna get sick. If the child is sick, they're next in line to get sick. When brother and sister start fighting over something you don't even understand, you just watch and let it happen because you have no idea how to stop it. Now, the other one is that moment when you stop, no one of their small, of course, pointy, sharp toys that is still lying on the floor after you've begged them to pick it up. They're still there, and you might step on it and really hurt yourself. The struggle of knowing every theme song to every cartoon on earth. If you know Mr. Bean, you would know in actual fact that the kids love Mr. Bean so much, so you actually would even be singing Mr. Bean while you're shopping as a nanny. Now, going out in public with them and getting the, judgy looks because people think I'm 22 years old with 2 kids. No, I did not have the babies when I was 15 years old. So it does become a struggle for a lot of nannies, especially the young nannies when they're going out with the kids and people really think they're their children. And in actual fact, they're not their children. Now, someone else, right, Anonymous, came through and really found out what they learned about having a nanny at their household. They mentioned that you will grow closer to your nanny than anyone else who has ever worked with you. Now, the nanny or working mom relationship is like no other relationship out there. Your nanny will become a part of the very intimate space of your home life. Now, she'll get to know your extended family and friends naturally. I've seen people like Alalim Dot, in actual fact, that when they go on vacation, they take their nannies with because they don't want to be bothered by the children, I guess. And in a lot of black majority families, I think it becomes such a problem because what the elders would say is that you don't want to take care of your kids. You always want to have the nanny around, so it becomes a problem. However, I believe if you want to have your nanny around, then have your nanny around. And she will change your baby's diapers and she will see you pump breast milk for your baby. She'll get to know how your kids and you inside and out in all of your forms, the good, the bad, and the ugly. You may experience a hugging nanny and a love you nanny, or a nanny who sits on your closet toilet seat every morning to tell you about the drama of a love life, or you get ready for work. So it does become such a relationship where you have a nanny that you and the nanny are really in that sort of relationship where it becomes family. She tells you everything that she's going through and you also tell her everything that you're going through, and sometimes it might even go as far as talking about maybe the husband is cheating.
That's
I guess.
deep.
Yeah.
But, what I can tell you is that I agree with a lot what you've mentioned just now, because I'm still in contact with. Well, I wouldn't call
your
her
nanny. Oh, you had a nanny?
I did. Well, you see, nanny's like that term, but she was the lady who stayed with me while my mom went to school and finished
she was your
her
nanny.
studies.
Yeah, that's what happens. That's who they are. They're the people that stay with you if your mom is out studying, if your mom is out working overseas.
Yeah.
They are your nanny.
But I love her so much. She's like my second mom. I'm always mentioning her. I'm always calling her every now and then.
Lovely.
Her daughter and I are like sisters.
Stunning.
We went to the same daycare center. And whenever she sees me, she's like, "Oh, my child, I am so proud of you.
That's amazing.
You've grown. Remember when you were this
Right?
young?"
Because they raised you, right?
Yeah.
So everything that happens really for them is like, oh my goodness, so great.
Basically.
So they love seeing, growth happen. I know a lot of, the white children that have been raised by black, nannies, where they start learning even some of the African languages. So it gets really interesting. And then you get, the younger, white, children that are teaching, the older generation of nannies, black majority of nannies, some little bit of Afrikaans and, some other German languages as well. So it really becomes interesting. It really becomes such an amazing relationship. It's not a matter of you are here to take care of me and that's it. So
absolutely.
Actually quite stunning. Now, as I mentioned, that you get a nanny who's ready to work and loves you so much, you get to close to your nanny whether you want it or not. It's part of the deal. Now, also, you put up with your way more stuff from your nanny than you would from anyone else who has ever worked for you, right? You can't clone yourself, so you can't be obviously, double, obviously. So you would need to get a nanny. You can't be at work and be at home at the same time with the kids. So it's actually quite interesting. Now, here are some of the ways to prevent nanny struggles or just merely burning out. If you're considering being a nanny full time, if you are considering and you're listening through and you probably want to be a nanny, you want to take it, as a career, and you probably want to just, make a living from it. Here's some of the amazing things that you can learn. Obviously, the struggles of how to prevent yourself from not having the struggles and not burning out as well. Now, don't take one or more than you can handle. So if they say to you, you're taking care of the kids, don't start cleaning the house. They just said take care of the kids. Unless communication with you and the parents, then, it can get further than that. Now, keep the lines of communication between you and your employers open by all means. So if you want to be going somewhere, keep the communication lines open. Tell them what's happening in your life and what you want to do and how you want to do it as well. And, if you are not able to be at work at a certain point, then let them know so they can make an alternative for you. Maintain a life outside your job. Have a life outside your job. It doesn't mean that if you're a nanny, you constantly have to be with the family, constantly have to be with the kids, raising them. It's not, pre-1994 where you find that, most of our mothers, most of our grandmothers had to, in actual fact, be, at the family home for most of the time and really not even, spend some Christmas and New Year's with their family. So, really, really have life outside. Have a family, have friends, have something you are doing for yourself outside of just being a nanny. connect with other caregivers as a regular basis. So, connect with other nannies as well. Speak to them. Say hi. How you doing? How's your struggle that side? What can we help each other? I mean, I see a lot of nannies that are starting societies for themselves. When they are having, a one-on-one session with other caregivers as well, it becomes such a thing. It becomes amazing. They share stories and how to raise children and exercise regularly so that you don't burn out, right? So if you're a nanny, especially if you are a nanny for most privileged families, so really, really take care of yourself. But something interesting, right, before we close up the conversation, is that being a nanny to the rich requires you to be perfect in everything, including being able to help the kids prepare for their entry exam. Now, something interesting is that when Gwyneth Paltrow advertised for Super Nanny in 2011, the successful candidate needed to possess a classical education, be fluent in at least 3 languages and play 2 instruments, right? Now, be passionate about sailing and tennis and enjoy art history or martial arts. The Duke and Duchess of Cambridge, meanwhile, had a coveted graduate of prestigious nanny school, Norland College in Bath, for Prince George. So if you are a nanny to, people that are in royalty or a celebrity, there's certain things that you need to probably go far as learning so that you can take care of the kids.
Yeah, and I feel like it's a great job opportunity.
Yeah.
So, yes, don't just take it as you taking care of the children.
Completely.
Read books. Learn a second language, learn a third language.
Yeah.
You might actually make more of an income than you actually thought.
I think so too.
You qualify, basically.
Basically, you are qualified, right? Alrighty, folks, that's what I have for you right in the Convo Corner. Let us know what you think. If you have anything you want to, let us know. Hashtag the Convo Corner at Bongani_drama at BrenLive Radio on Twitter, BrenLive.co.za on Facebook as well. Nanny struggles. Are you a nanny? Anyone who's a nanny could be a friend. I know someone who used to study with, arts campus that is actually a nanny now in New York, and they're having so much fun doing it. So if you want to take it as a career as well, let us know if it will be actually advisable for you to take it as a career. 22 minutes after 2 Central African Time on BrenLive.co.za. On the other side of this, drama entertainment is coming up. But for now, here's an amazing one. Flossist, thinking about you.
I remember you. I remember we. I remember laying my head on your chest and listening to your heart beat. The way you called me queen. The way you called me queen. I remember before they came. I remember before we tamed. I remember the weight of your body as you held me close. The way you whispered my name. The way you whispered my name. Queen.
Champagne, whiskey. Awusefumuhle awusevumule ngaklusa mangakhulumi ngaklusa mangakhulumi. Thinking about you, baby. Thinking about you lately. Oh, thinking about your touch. Thinking about your lips. Whoa, thinking about your body. Thinking about you, baby. Whoa, thinking about you, baby. La 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 la. Thinking about you, baby. Thinking about you, baby. Oh, thinking about you, baby. 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 Thinking about you, baby.
27 after 2 Central African time on the dramatic talk on brandlive.co.za. Flossist, thinking about you. Thank you so much for streaming in, folks. If you are streaming in now, straight to it. It's time for Dramatainment.
Scene 1, Apple, take 1.
It's the Dramatainment.
It is absolutely time for Dramatainment, and the first story I have for you is last week now we reported about the family of the now buried HP not recognizing Lerato Singadi as his wife. Now, news following that story is that the judge ruled the fact that the law does state the pair was bound by customary law. Now, on the day of the funeral, Lerato was sidelined by all speakers and wasn't even, reserved a seat. Now, she apparently only came in 20 minutes after commencement of the funeral, according to reports by a family spokesperson, Nkululeko Ncane. WHP's teenage son has been kicked out of the late rapper's home in Randpark Ridge, by Singadi. Now, Ncane first made the claims on social media, drawing the attention of many Twitter users. Now, he mentioned barely hours after his father's funeral, WHP's son has been illegally booted out of his father's house after instructions were given to locksmiths to move in between 12 midnight to 1 a.m. #customary wife, he mentioned. Ncane also posted pictures of what he claimed to be WHP's son belongings, which were outside their home, saying that a case of breaking and entering has been opened on the Honeydew police station. Now, meanwhile, confusion, reigned on social media as reports surfaced that WHP's biological son was not the one kicked out of the Randpark Ridge property, but instead it was a child of the rapper's helper who had moved into the premises. So there's still a little bit of confusion in regards to the story. And an article published on Monday, reported that WHP's helper, who had been with him since 2004, had been kicked out of the house by Singadi, along with her child, who was practically Jabba's, as was guardian and had been paying the child's school fees rather. Now, folks, here's something interesting, right? In South Africa, the definition of a customary marriage is one that is negotiated, celebrated, or concluded according to any of the systems of indigenous African customary law which exists in South Africa. This does not include marriages concluded in accordance with a Hindu, Muslim, or other religious rites as well. So it really is a debacle when it comes to religion and politics in the country and the law as well. Now, the next story coming through on Dramatainment is still on depression. Another rapper female, Gigi Lamayne, tweeted from a hospital bed mentioning awake was in time. Now, rapper Gigi Lamayne has broken a silence on social media about being hospitalized over the weekend to let fans know that she's determined to win the fight against depression. Now, Gigi sent social media into her friends on Saturday after she tweeted her birth date and a death date, which read 7 July 1994, 3rd November 2018. Now, the rapper, who has previously opened up about struggling with depression, also shared another tweet mentioning the end. Now, even though the tweets were deleted minutes later, speculations have been rife on social media that the circumstances surrounding Gigi's hospitalization. Now, folks, look, a lot of people are going through depression, and we've spoken about it right here on the show on the Convo Corner, and I'm hoping that wherever you are in the world, we believe that you would, in actual fact, get help as much as possibly as you can, right? So that's what I have for you right on Drumatainment, and I'm hoping that Gigi really, does become better. But something else that's amazing, and someone who's actually better is, is it Ariana Grande? No, it's not Ariana Grande, but an amazing, USA singer, Demi Lovato, in actual fact, has tweeted for the first time since, being booked into rehab and coming out. She is in actual fact back to, and she started voting yesterday, so it's quite interesting.
Because I was just thinking about her over the weekend, and I was wondering
where
she is.
Completely.
But it's good that rehab has really helped her a lot, because she was struggling with drugs, really. It was so bad. But she even voted. So it's positive.
It's great.
It's amazing.
Fantastic. Alrighty, folks, it's 14:31. That's traffic and time straight. It's time for your sports update.
Time to talk about sports. Don't touch that dial.
It's time for the sports news and the sporting stars of tomorrow right here on
Brand Live.
Kickstarting your sports news this afternoon with top SA boxer tests positive in doping scandal. A very good afternoon. I am Rose Ratacha. Top South African boxer Kevin Lerena has been thrust into the center of a doping saga, the World Boxing Council WBC has confirmed. While exact details are unclear at this early stage, the WBC tweeted on Wednesday that Lerena had tested positive last month. Boxer Kevin Lerena tested positive in a test by Advaita testing done in October 18th in Johannesburg, South Africa, the WBC tweeted. VADA is the Voluntary Anti-Doping Society, an organization that works with the WBC on the clean boxing program. Lerena, 26, who is the current IBO World Cruiserweight Champion, turned professional in 2009 and has a professional record of 21-1. Lerena found himself in the spotlight back in 2014 during the Oscar Pistorius murder trial when he testified in the state's case against the former South African Paralympic star. And in soccer, Benny McCarthy slammed Zungu's disrespectful comments. Cape Town City head coach Benny McCarthy has slammed Bongani Zungu's comments he made claiming Rulani Mokoena was the real boss at Orlando Pirates. Zungu, in a series of tweets, claimed that assistant coach Mokoena is the mastermind behind the scenes at the Buccaneers after footage showed him dismissing head coach Milutin Sredovic on the sideline. Pirates ran 2-1 winners over Polokwane City at the Peter Mokaba Stadium on Tuesday evening to claim the top spot in the ABSA Premiership standings. McCarthy responded to the 26-year-old Amiens attacker on Twitter by calling his comments disrespectful to both Mamelodi Sundowns head coach Pitso Mosimane and to Milutin Sredojevic. And in tennis, Kyrgios seeing psychologists working on mental health. Temperamental Australian tennis star Nick Kyrgios says he is talking to psychologists and trying to get on top of his mental health after another rollercoaster season where he was criticized for his on-court antics. Kyrgios finished his season early in October after an elbow injury forced him out of the Kremlin Cup in Moscow. The fiery 23-year-old lost his status as Australian number 1 to 19-year-old Alex de Minaur in the same month. Returning home to prepare for next year, the world number 37 admitted he was working through his mental health issues that had plagued him throughout the season. I was obviously struggling with a couple of things on and off the court this year, so it hasn't been easy, but I am starting to see some psychologists and trying to get on top of my mental health. Temperatures remain 21 degrees Celsius in Johannesburg, 30 degrees Celsius in Lagos, 18 degrees Celsius in Washington, D.C. If we have missed anything sportsworthy, feel free to let us know. We are Brand Live Radio on Twitter, brandlive.co.za on Facebook. Use the hashtag The Dramatic Talk. I am Khaukelo Rebel Rose Ratacha on Facebook. You're still tuned into The Dramatic Talk with Bongani Drama.
It's the official Major World Online Stu Invasion.
Bars on bars.
What about me right now? It's about our guest. Bafethi skip on. I'm not ngatalele bafethi. I'm a play nyane studio bafethi skip on. Oh, freestyle nyana. Shenge freestyle. Fana kuma no baba Andy.
Dayo Andy. Hashtag.
Ahlanganisela ama beat dog. No ke.
Young niggas ambition, waking up is working for money. Changing the past, feeding their fams, balang lali. We keep it running like SPV, exchanging money.
Man, nice. Hey, hey. Call them unexpected experts. White sweatshirt.
Hey.
Looking down on these niggas, my damn neck hurts.
Woo.
You can go ahead, homie, give me your best work. I bet you take your phone out and mumble up your first words.
Live from 27 boxes in the heart of Melville. This is brandlive.co.za.
Come witness the first crowning of our first Gauteng ambassador, General 150 VIP 300 rands, Mogale City Century Walk, Krugersdorp, 17th November. Red carpet starts at 5, show starts at 6 p.m. Become the first ambassador, Mr. Icon Gauteng, 17th November. Hosted by myself, Bongani Drama.
This is what you missed on brandlive.co.za.
We're broadcasting live in one of the boxes at 27 boxes.
Hey, can I ask you something there? Can you please tell me, like, do you think like the post-90s, like, did they really fully integrate, you know?
Sure.
Since we're talking about integrating today, though.
But you do what? Civil engineering?
Civil engineering, yeah.
Okay, and how's that going for you?
It's okay.
So
It's
a whole
fine.
lot of studying?
School, it's a lot of studying.
And
I
banking
guess.
school, a lot of banking school.
I don't bunk school. Like, I just don't go to school when they tell us not to go.
Lies, Bona. I've seen this with my eyes. Lies.
Someone was saying, I'm sure there's 10 soapies now happening
Listen.
same time.
Hey, I'm gonna say something, right? That might That might sound like I'm shading or hating or whatever. There's lots of work for actors right now, but lots of actors aren't working. Lots of people are acting.
Ooh, insightful conversations.
Insightful conversations with Ida Sitebe by Actor Spaces. Fridays at 12 p.m. right here on brandlive.co.za. 14:37 Central African Time. Brought to Dramatic Talk on brandlive.co.za. The name is Mr. Bongani Drama, folks, and thank you so much for streaming it. It has been a pleasure from 2 to 3 p.m. You and I are going to be hanging out and making it a point that we talk as much as possibly as we can. Hanging with me and having a chill and chat. Cedric Tsonga Boy is no stranger to the limelight as his, feisty choreographer who has led and held down world stages for multi-award-winning duo Fikizolo and has always managed to get the audience yearning for more. Now, he will also allow people into his other talents as a musician through 2 singles which he recorded, namely Chika and Munu Wamina, which features the incomparable singer and entertainer Busiswa. Cedric, welcome aboard the Dramatic Talk.
Thank you.
An amazing intro.
So good, yeah?
Thank you so much. I really try my best. Now, Cedric, first and foremost, where did you grow up and how was it growing up?
I grew up in Limpopo, Malamulele.
Yeah.
It was amazing. You
Yeah.
know? Has always been there. That's why I'm
Fantastic.
always happy. I'm just like you, always happy, always smiling. But then I could just feel that I don't belong there. I had to leave.
Shucks.
So I left there in 2000 in 1999 actually.
Yeah?
I learned that my mom has bought a flat for my sister in
Oh, wow.
Pretoria.
Oh, nice.
Then I started coming to Pretoria. Then 2003, I locked myself in the car. I'm like, I'm not getting out. I have to go to Pretoria. I need to go there.
But I mean, how was the, obviously, the transition from you moving from Malamulele to Pretoria? How was that for you as a young boy, obviously coming through? There's a new space, there's trees. I'm not saying there's no trees in Malamulele, but I mean, there's tall buildings now all of a sudden, and you have to adjust to everything else happening.
Okay, I was very fortunate because my family was well traveled.
Yeah.
So I started traveling at like a very young age, maybe 5.
Oh, nice.
And my dad was a fashionista.
Hey, wow.
So I knew about shoes, I knew about nice pants.
Interesting.
He would come to Joburg just to buy clothes for me.
Hey,
so
now.
At 6 years of age, I was already out there knowing that there's
Cedric.
robots.
What?
There's this.
So Dad was a fashion designer.
No, he was just into. He just loved
Just
fashion.
into fashion. Oh, he wasn't really, designing clothes.
No. He was just into fashion.
And where
Just
did he
loved
end
clothes.
up?
He was a businessman. He
Oh,
owned
right.
Total Garage.
Oh, nice.
2 of them. He owned bottle stores, which are still running, but he passed away in 99.
Oh, wow.
So my mom was actually, I grew up alone. Let me tell you the story.
To be honest.
my mom I would just every 2 years there's a graduation at home.
Hey.
Like, what is going on? She'd always be at school traveling. So I'd come with her into Joburg when she goes to Verts, when she goes wherever. I'm talking back
in the day,
96, 97.
Shucks.
So yeah, the family balance was amazing.
What is the smell that you grasp and that you get every time you think about Malamulele? The one smell that you grasp that when you think Malamulele, you go, oh my goodness, is it popcorns? Is it fish? What is
mangoes.
it? Is it mangoes?
Yes,
I
mangoes.
thought so.
We've got a lot of mangoes.
Because we always say
eat the ones that if a mango falls down now.
Yes.
I don't take that one. I take the one
from the tree.
Yeah.
Cedric, you have been with Mafikizolo from its inception as their choreographer and backup dancer. Now, what can you tell us about that journey from how it really began?
It was a dream and it came true.
Shucks.
That's all I can say. It was a dream. It came true.
But how was the feeling? Give me the feeling. Give me how you thought of it. You dreamed about it.
Yeah.
And you dreamt about it, and then you prayed about it, and then happening.
When Putihamba Nawa came out, the video came out. I
Yes.
was like, I want to dress like this guys. I
Really?
want to be their dancer. And my mom was like, just go to school first, then you'll focus
then
on your talent.
Yeah.
Then I dreamt maybe for like 10 years. I had to wait for like more than 10 years.
Wow.
And then 2010, I remember 24th of December, I dreamt I was in London.
What?
2011, went for auditions, 60 people. They only wanted one guy, 2 girls. And out of 60 people, I was the chosen one.
Shucks.
Remember the dream? I dreamt in London.
You dreamt in
my
London?
My first show was in London.
Oh,
with my
no.
friends. So I'm actually living my dreams.
Right?
I lied to you.
You are living your dream, to be quite precise. And how does it? I just want I want the feeling. Give me the feeling. Is it explainable when you are going through that? When you are dreaming about something,
okay,
and then you go audition for it, and then it actually happens.
It took me I think it was 16 days to eat after they said you're part of my figures because I loved Tlantla, I loved Theo, I loved their craft.
Yeah.
I would just watch the dancers, and the day they said,
oh nice,
this is you on stage. Already I had rehearsed all the songs from the
know
videos.
them.
So last week my boss was like, guys, this guy knows all from Loto, he knows
all
everything.
the tracks.
So I rehearsed my life before I went into them. That's why even today I'm still humble, because when it came, I didn't stop being their fan. I'm still their fan, but at the same time I'm working
with them.
So it's balancing very well, but I'm still dreaming about it.
It says a lot about how people always say that I want to be on television, I want to be on radio, but what are you doing at the moment to get yourself to that point?
True.
Because you had already known their songs, you've already perhaps learned the choreography of some of the songs, and
remember there was backstage.
Yes,
ATV? So they perform every 31st of December.
Wow.
Their new songs. So I would stay home and
watch.
Before we even had DVDs, would use video.
Hey Cedric.
Video cassettes and whatever. They call it
VCR, I think, yeah.
Or VCH, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
so
because we were,
from the TV and rehearse until the day came that they said, Cedric, you're part of Mafikizolo.
Interesting, Cedric. And then the music part of life. Obviously, Mafikizolo is, I know, it's quite, look, it's interesting how life builds up. From one person becomes, they become a dancer. And then they end up becoming a conductor. You'll never know why. But it's interconnecting. It's juxtaposing with the music. How did that come about?
This one is very.
Is it very tricky
and very fun? my profession, I graduated with Rosebank College. As media
studies.
Thingy with the diploma with them, media studies and journalism. So I'm a journalist. I'm a PR.
Oh,
I can do everything.
Oh, nice.
So this other time, my cousin brother, he's a DJ.
Yeah.
We were just chilling like this at home,
Yeah.
and he called me and said, please come through. I went to his place.
Yeah.
He just started playing a song and tricked me with a mic because
Really?
I don't know this thing.
Yes.
Then I started jamming for Chica, whatever. Then the following day we went to Zambia with Tlantla as Mafikizolo. So there Tlantla is getting ready with makeup, playing music. I connected my phone. I'm like, oh, what a joke. Listen to this song. And one thing I know, it's my birthday.
What?
Tlantla went behind my back. She bought the song for me.
What?
And said happy birthday. I guess it's as her PA for like for 8 years.
Oh wow.
Somewhere there, it's a token for her to say thank you for always being there for me.
Oh,
thank you
wow.
for always being.
And
a
here's a
good
token of
friend.
appreciation from me to give it to you.
But same time, if someone does that for you, you don't have to sleep on it.
No, you
have to
can't.
Step up the game.
She's got
and
a new
show them.
record label. I mean, you know what I mean?
I'm signed.
You're right, you are signed. And that was going to be my next question, because a lot of people might think because you've been a PA for quite some time, you're dancing for her, and Mafiki Zola as a whole, you're stylist, to her. They might think, it was probably easy for you to get into her record label. And it was a spur of a moment thing. It was
there was trust built.
There we
The
go.
friendship had to elevate from 0 to 100.
To 100.
But step by step, not just in one day.
Completely.
She's still I respect. We friends. Yes, we friends. We
However,
laugh, but when we work, we work.
It's working.
She's allowed to shout me if I'm not doing the right
Amazing.
Because I'm learning.
Amazing.
I'm learning through her and
and she's learning through you as well. So it's quite interesting.
We've got an amazing. Sometimes I even laugh and say, I can't believe you can come to my house. We cook porridge. Morojo
and your name is Ntlantlaniza.
And your name is Ntlantlaniza. That's why it shows that she's just a human being.
Yeah.
Like everyone else, beautiful heart. She's a mother. She's my mother. This side,
wow.
We're family and ish.
I want you because I can see how much it means to you.
Yeah.
And I don't know, what do you want to say to her?
I love you and God bless you. And please don't stop doing this. Do it for other kids. Build dreams and you'll see. Because yo, I don't know.
You're gonna cry. You're gonna cry. We don't want that happening. Let's quickly.
It's my first radio interview.
Really? Congratulations! There you are on the Dramatic Tokyo Festival radio debut with someone you know.
Someone I know.
Because I think you know what? Just to let the listeners know, when I met Cedric in Pretoria, and I remember him coming to bumping into him in the corridors at Res in Temple in Sunnyside, and you were doing an MTN activation, and you took a friend of mine, and you went to go activate, and you were energetic for days, and you were just like, we're going to, and you're getting paid 100 rands.
But look at me, I never gave up.
Let's quickly talk about your singles, Munwamina and Chika.
Munwamina, it was, I got into studio.
Nice.
Tlantla called. She was like, come. I'm like, no, I'm sick. I've got a toothache. Because I was scared. I've never seen myself as a singer.
Yeah.
But I've always thought, one day maybe. Yeah. But not now. I was not that ready. But God said, it's your time.
Yeah.
So when I go to the studio, Busiso's voice is there.
What? Already?
I'm like, oh, okay. Then within 5 minutes I was done. Tlantla was actually walking up to the studio. When she got there, she's like, how? You're an artist, Wena. You're playing me. You just recorded a song within 5 minutes. And here it is today. It's on charts. It's on top 40 radio stations. And Chika came through my brother.
Wow.
So both songs actually, they were done by my brother. So Tlantla bought beats from my brother without telling me.
Do you know how safe you are? Because you have a brother who's doing beats who it's destiny.
True.
It's destiny. True. And that's what I'm receiving from you. I don't want to sound like the other radio presenters, but you actually it's destiny, and I just believe that things are working. The universe is working in your purpose. So don't lose it. Don't all of a sudden want to go do IT, because I believe this is what you were born to be doing.
Somizi was on Idols, and he told Younger.
Yeah.
He said, you'll never be a teacher. You'll never be a doctor. You'll never work in an office. But you are born a superstar. And those words clicked right to me. Like, what? So that's who I am. I once got a job before I started dancing.
Yeah, what was it? Because my next question was, have you ever had been, Cedric, in a position where you find yourself, financially constrained, and you want to perhaps, go towards what your parents or other people were saying to you to say, find a job that pays, or find a real job, because that's what they say with the job that we do.
Yeah, I was still in tertiary.
Yeah.
So my mom said no. There's no way you can get to Mafiki Zola. You're just no, man. Let's be realistic. From Malamlele to no.
How is that possible?
No, my son. Let's be realistic about this. My mom was my number one fan, but that day she was like,
it's not happening.
While you're working on your dream, try to get a job.
Shucks, Cedric.
There I am. I go to Man Lane Mall. There was still Hilton Wayner.
Yeah.
Then I applied to Hilton Wayner. They said I'm gonna start the following month. On the day that I was going to work, I turned at the door.
What?
I was like, this is not me. I'm going back home.
I'm not doing it.
And my mom was like, I'm not going to pay your house. But I'm like, I don't care. I'll see what to do.
Wow,
then
Cedric.
boom, Mafikizolo comes.
And you're just like, well, look,
You
this
see,
is what's
God-
happening.
God is
God
on my
not,
side.
yeah, God is not, it's never stupid. You know, He always does things for, you know, in your behalf, by all means. Cedric, I wish you all the best, and wishing Munwamina and Chika to really play at big radio stations. That I can't wait to hear it in top 40s on, you know, commercial radio stations.
Nominated.
Winning
You don't know,
awards.
you don't know.
Are you a fan of games? Not necessarily.
Not really.
We're gonna play 5 questions quiz. 5 questions in 15 seconds. Are you ready?
Okay.
Let's go to it. 5 questions quiz.
It's time for the five questions quiz.
It is absolutely time for the 5 questions quiz. Now it's questions A or B in 15 seconds. All right, Cedric?
Okay.
Alrighty. So here we go. Is the clock in? Clock starting. The clock is in. Chitsonga or Venda?
Chitsonga, obvious.
Pretoria or Johannesburg?
Pretoria.
Nhlanhla or Theo? 15 seconds. Dance or singing?
Both. Dancing.
On
singing.
top or at the bottom?
What?
There we go. Fantastic. On top or at the bottom. 15 seconds is done. It's 22 seconds. You are losing.
You're so tricky,
the
Top.
game. On top.
You're so
Fantastic.
tricky.
Cedric, thank you so much for coming through. And God bless you. We love you so much. How can we find you on social media very quickly?
Cedric Tonga Boy on Instagram.
Stunning.
Cedric Nkolele on Facebook. I don't have Twitter yet, but
All
I'll
right.
try to do it.
Stunning.
Yeah.
Alrighty, Cedric, I wish you all the best.
Thank
and I
you
can't
so
wait to hear your
much.
music further and further, alright?
Thank you.
And
thank
more and
you,
more
thank
music.
you.
Monu
I'm
Wamina.
proud of you.
Thank
I'm
you
so
so
proud of
much.
you.
God bless you. Thank you so much, Cedric.
You're welcome.
Monu Wamina, folks, right here on the Dramatic Talk on BrainLive.co.za. We're debuting right here on the show, and it's going to be making it a point that it plays all of our other shows right on Brain Live, and it plays everywhere else. Enjoy.
It's Cedric Shesh, Shakangole, Shoma Kamalamule, Tonga Boy, Inkaro Wamina Swish, Munu Wami. Munu Wami. Sati wami, Tutla Shami, my photosa, Talanga Nukuzela. Logo ni kubona nzithi khoma nhloko logo ni kubona nzithi khoma xisulu logo ni kubona ndzi wela hansi logo ni kubona famba ubuya ujika ubuya utlhela ubuya munhu wa mina famba ubuya ujika ubuya utlhela ubuya munhu wa mina munhu wa mina.
I see your questions are questioning my body. You want my body? Do you see my body? I see your questions are questioning my body. Do you want my body? Can't touch my body. It's banging, banging. It's mad, mad, my body. It's good, good. It's bad, bad, my body. It's better. It's best, best, my body. I'm bigger and I'm better and I'm better than my body.
Famba ubuya ujika ubuya utlhela ubuya munhu wa mina famba ubuya ujika ubuya utlhela ubuya munhu wa mina munhu wa mina it's Cedric Shesh munhu wa mina.
Spanish voice. More than 1 minute.
I see your questions are questioning my body. You want my body? Do you see my body? I see your questions are questioning my body. Do you want my body? Can't touch my body.
It's the headlines.
Recapping your news bulletin this afternoon, another My City bus torched in Cape Town and midterm elections loss won't put Trump back in his box. A very good afternoon, I'm Rose Ratacha. Another My City bus has been set alight, this time in Khayelitsha, following the torching of another bus in Milnerton on Tuesday. Western Cape Provincial Traffic Chief Kenny Africa told on Wednesday morning that the bus was set alight at around 5 a.m. on Guyasa Road in Khayelitsha near Guyasa My City bus station. He said no injuries were reported and there was no information on who was responsible. It is also not clear whether anyone was on the bus at the time of the attack. Police and traffic services were on the scene, said Africa. On Tuesday, a bus driver escaped unharmed, but when a bus was torched in Milnerton, it is also not clear who was responsible for that incident. There was no passengers on the bus at the time. City of Cape Town Mayoral Committee member for Safety and Security JP Smith told on Tuesday that while it was not clear who was behind the blaze, the incident followed a pattern of attacks on isolated buses. Donald Trump boasts about winning, but after Democrats seized the House of Representatives on Tuesday, the reality show host turned president is finding out how it feels to be one of those losers he usually mocks. And has he responded with humility? Did the former billionaire real estate dealer and ringmaster at The Apprentice appear downcast? No, Trump was triumphant. He tweeted that the midterm elections in which Democrats defeated his Republicans to control the lower house of Congress for the first time in 8 years were a tremendous success. His eye-popping enthusiasm after losing half of Congress on Tuesday is not as unrealistic as it might appear. His Republicans have retained and even expanded their Senate majority, while fighting with the House may yet to be his advantage when it comes to his own re-election in 2 years. The tweet, ending with a cheerful thank you to all, was pure Trump. Catch me again next week between 2 to 3 p.m. bringing you your latest news and sports bulletin. Temperatures remain 21 degrees Celsius in Johannesburg, 30 degrees Celsius in Lagos, 18 degrees Celsius in Washington, D.C. If we have missed anything, feel free to let us know on our social media platforms. We are Brand Live Radio on Twitter, brandlive.co.za on Facebook. I am Kaugelo Rebel Rose Ratacha on Facebook as well. You're still tuned into the Dramatic Talk with Bongani Drama.
Thank you so much, Rose. And the Red TV star that is Donald Trump, a former Red TV star and executive producer, he's really keen and he's really, successive with the point that he might win some votes again. Because, look, it's actually quite tricky because, you look at how the elections happened the last time, the Democrats, on how, they were voting so much and they thought Hillary Clinton will become president, and it all turned around.
Absolutely. So this political world and atmosphere is absolutely unpredictable.
But do we know how the votes are going at the moment? Because, I know a lot of celebrities that have been going on and on and on about, how the elections are going, and, do we know what the verdict is going to be?
I'm not sure.
All right, so you let us know next week, please.
Absolutely,
just to
I'll keep
find
you posted.
Find out how we're doing and how who is winning and how we can get ourselves who takes presidency or not.
Yep.
It's 14:58 Central African Time. The Dramatic Talk on brandlive.co.za. Rose Rebel Rose Ratacha. Thank you so much for those news update, and thank you so much for being around as well. Now, folks, we're wrapping up the show. This is the Gateway right here on the Dramatic Talk on brandlive.co.za. Saying goodbye to you. If you just tuned in, where the hell have you been? Now, we spoke on the Convo Corner about the struggles nannies go through that no one else knows about, and thank you so much for all your comments coming through. Hashtag the Convo Corner at Bongani and let's go to my Brand Live Radio on Twitter, brandlive.co.za, on Facebook as well. Drama team, it came through. We spoke WHP's death, the saga continues. And talking about depression, we spoke Gigi Main tweeted from a hospital bed, and she's doing quite good for herself, so we hope that she really does recover by all means. On sports, Rose Ratacha brought you at 2:30 right in the Dramatic Talk, and we just had an amazing one with Cedric Tsonga Boy, with amazing he's obviously backup dancer choreographer for Mafikizolo's got an amazing two singles to be precise, Munu Wamina and Chica, that we're gonna be leaving the show with right here on the show. Exams. We wish everyone that's obviously writing exams. Are you still writing more exams, Rose?
I'm writing exams
Yeah.
indeed. I'm not writing actually. I'm performing exams.
Fantastic.
I have one on Saturday.
Amazing.
Yeah.
All right,
As for the
great.
rest of the weeks, you guys can catch me on Active Spaces on
Yeah.
Friday.
Oh, Access Space on Friday?
Yes.
Fantastic. On which times?
1 to 2 p.m.
All right. What are you
every
doing
Fridays.
there?
I do the events segment. Yeah.
Oh, fantastic. Thank you so much. And folks, it has been quite a pleasure. The name is Bongani Drama. Keep it, know it, and never forget it. An amazing one by Cedric Zonga Boy, Chica. How's the win? Quite an amazing one, and I'm hoping that you're going to be loving it by all means. Alrighty, folks, it's 3 on the dot, right in the dramatic from BrandLive.co.za. Have a great full one. Next week, Wednesday, we bring an amazing one. I'm hoping that they're going to be making the point that they give you something more about theatre work and more and more and more. To God be the glory, an amazing one. Feather, bye-bye.
Siyafamba iyakwini malamulela siyafamba la kumdunisa swin'wana leswi endlaka hala ka malamulela i Cedric Shesho Shaka Nkolelo. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? What's the win? Hey! Chica, 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 come on, see. Chica, 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 come on, see. She suit, she suit, she suit. Ujikisa, she suit, she suit, she suit. Bora, makatla, makatla, makatla. Fambisa win, makatla, makatla, makatla. Fambisa win. Ta, 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 ta. Ujikisa. Hey, ujikisa. Timza remza, timza remza. Kubeleka ibukosi. Timza remza, timza remza. Ha 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 ha. Bora. Timza kubeleka ibukosi timza remza koma utsika mbora hey mbora chika 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 koma hansi chika 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 koma hansi she suit ujikisa she suit mbora makatla fambisa we makatla fambisa we ta ujikisa come on utsika we come on utsika we mbora come on utsika we mbora ta
Live from 27 Boxes in the heart of Melville, this is BrandLive.co.za.